Right now, we are about to have Social 100 show off how much they've learned this semester with respect to the global situation. Most Americans are surprised to know what you're going to learn in this hour coming up. Can I start with the evilest of evil and begin with the various players? Their job is to tell you what they really do, not what they say they do, but what they really do in the world, and their relationships to the other players that are marked by the labels that you see. Okay.
Good morning. I represent the multinational corporations. I am multinational corporations. However, multinational corporation is a misnomer because we're transnational.
Yes, ma'am.
There is no national identity of any corporation any longer. We control the world. We live in an international world. Transnational corporations is the proper term. And by the way, pretty soon we're going to own the moon, which is pretty easy to see. You and you, we play with you. Certain folks don't play with you. We play with you a lot. And if you don't work with us, we send in our friends in the CIA to work with you. All right? And the Pentagon, of course, plays with us when we work with our arms dealers, and we work with the United Nations and the IMF and the World Bank, because we need to sell weapons. We take taxpayers' money and we put it in our corporations and build weapons, and we make money. We created the World Trade Organization as a point where everyone has to sign on and take responsibility for their debts, which we created. And they cannot do anything without our approval. We are transnational, universal corporations. That's my introduction. And we fool the American people via the media. Very simple that. All right. And
Come on, cousin.
Hello, everyone. I represent the media. We're basically a tool used by the multinational corporations to help control the masses, the American people. They are so propagandized with everything that we tell them. And we tell them to shop, 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 consume, consume, consume. Sears has a sale. You should check it out. Black Ops 2 came out. You should go play it. So we highly misinform the American people into believing that our multinational corporations are good entities and that people like terrorists are really bad people, when sometimes they're just freedom fighters. They're just trying to fight back all of the repressiveness from the multinationals and from also the third world government and elite and the third world military. So yes, we misinform, we propagandize. That is the media.
You are a nation awash in the sea of information. The media, we tell you not what you need to hear, but what we feel you want to hear. You live in an America where you're fooled by what you see on television and newspapers, pretty much all media. Almost all Americans can name the 5 characters of The Simpsons, but yet 1 in 1,000 can name the rights that are projected upon them through the U.S. Constitution.
Right.
Journalistic values have been bought by media.
What's up? I am the American people, and despite what I look like, I'm a pretty smart person. I want to see what we got over here. Big word, big word, bigger word. Oh, I don't even try to read that. Ooh. CIA. Kia. I drive a Kia. It's fantastic. I love Kias. Bananas are good for you. Oh, Father. See, I'm the American people. And the great thing about me is I can tell you exactly when Halo was released. I stood in line for Call of Duty Black Ops to get released for about 6 hours so I could get the midnight premiere. But ask me who our president is. Ask me who our mayor is. I don't know. Ask me if I voted. Probably didn't. I'm just the American people doing what I do best. And that's buy McDonald's, play video games, and I just don't pay attention. I am the American people.
Take your money, first off. And as the media told me to do, I'm gonna give my money to Walmart so I can pay for my family's meals. I'm gonna watch my friends, the media, find out, oh, look at that. I didn't know Daniel Craig was gay. That's it right there. Ooh, Redneck Island starts this week. Dancing with the Stars, Karina Smirnoff is a lesbian. Oh, Obama's getting divorced. You know, he's not winning this election. That Obama guy.
Did you pay for that magazine?
Yes, I did, sir. As far as you know. Oh, look at that. So, I don't like Halle Berry. Oh, the Scarlett Johansson chick, she's pretty cool. She's not gay. That's what they say on here. Yeah, that's what I do all day. I play video games, drink beer, support my country. That's what I do. Love my country. I'm an American.
I represent terrorists. I am not necessarily evil. Sometimes I'm just defending my country. I'm really a freedom fighter. Terrorists are more defined by the tactics they use. They're more, they use fear to force. And revolutionaries are really just leading the people in the direction they want to go, to overthrow like foreign or colonial rule. However, after 9/11, Americans have used the word terrorist to very loosely define their enemies, including anybody who criticizes the president, people who believe in who believes abortion should be the decision of the mother, and I'm not necessarily evil.
Hi, good morning. I represent the environmentalists.
Yes.
And we are green. Our job is to protect the environment from destruction and pollution that are created by those national corporations we have over here.
We love you.
And we don't. And dealing with all the mess created by all the externalities done by them, the corporations, and yet somehow Monsanto, most devilish, oversized, greedy, disproportionately powerful corporation in the world have ruined most of our lives in many ways. There's actually 4 ways that they have done it.
The first is genetically modified crops, consistently linked to organ problems, besides other biological damage to our health, specific to our liver and kidney. Second is BT containing GMO crops are spawning mutated soybean superbugs. And third, there's Roundup creating super weeds spawning millions of acres around the world. And the fourth one is aspartame that Monsanto is linked to, involving creating aspartame that has two strains of bacteria. One is traditionally modified and the other genetically modified. And aspartame has been linked to brain tumors and other health conditions. So please read the labels when you buy your food at the grocery store.
So, yeah. I'm environmentalist, yes. So I work with American people, yeah, and NGO and Save the Earth. Yeah, Save Earth and university. But in the other hand, my opponent is multinational corporation and the media, and IMF. They are so bad guys, especially multinational corporations. No. So they control the government. So I cannot tell about the truth. So please support me, American people. Thank you.
And before I forget, I just have some pictures here regarding global warming, how they ruin our forests, cutting our trees either to make new development or just using the wood to make homes, furniture, whatever else that needs to be done, and how all the trash gets into our ocean and ruin our marine life. So that's our story.
You can go grab the, yeah, no, do it. At any time you can.
Good morning. I am Amnesty International. I am non-government organization. I support environmentalists, Save the Earth. I come by many. Not only me, I have many behind me. I'm an official protester. I don't like the multinational. Environmentalists are my friends. I support the United Nations, global labor movement, Save the Unions. The church, bless the USA. CIA, not a friend of mine. That's it.
I am Red Cross. I'm for the NGO, and we believe in freedom of speech, and we don't like the CIA, or terrorists, or media. That's all.
Good morning. I represent the IMF, which is the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. I was originally created after World War II to help rebuild Europe. And I work in very close alliance with my good friends, the multinational corporations.
Good morning, how you look great.
Good morning, you look great. I'll see you in the Hamptons next weekend. I also, thank you. I am the president of the World Bank, and I make over $500,000 a year, and that's not including all my perks like flying first class for jobs. And basically what I do is I help to get the third world countries into debt so that me and my friends, the multinational corporations, can control them. So a little example of what I'll do is I'll come in and talk with the third world government and And I know you guys want to improve your country, right? You want economic development. It's good for you. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you this big fat loan. Oh, actually, I'm going to go ahead and give it to the multinational corporations because that's part of our deal. You don't get the money. It's going to go to the multinational corporations who are going to build your infrastructure.
Let's keep it quiet.
They're going to build up your infrastructure. They're going to promise you, or we're going to promise you, that after we give you this loan, your country's going to grow and expand, and your country's going to be making all this money. But really, we've inflated the actual estimate of how much you're going to make. We know that you're not going to be able to repay this loan. And because you can't repay the loan, we're going to shackle your people in debt. So now you have to do whatever we say. And because you can't pay back our loan, we're going to implement a structural adjustment program. So we're going to send our guys in and they're going to help rebalance your budget and try to help you figure out how you can pay us back, because you have to pay us back. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut costs for your country's education, your medical care, your infrastructure. So now your poor people are just going to get poorer and they're going to suffer more. But hey, we're going to get our money.
Minasan, ohayo gozaimasu! Sorry about that. My translation system was malfunctioning there for a second. I am the United Nations. I am the only person in this conglomeration with 196 split personalities arguing in my head all the time. We get very little done, but when we get something done, it's great. I'm here to talk about the big bullies over here in the corner, my not so nice children, the multinational corporations and the media. Really, media, we're tired of the McDonald's corporations. If we could find out a little more about our friends over here in the third world country, that'd be great. I'm not loving McDonald's. It's not happening. All right? American people, yes, thank you for Obama. Thank you. Why? Because about 96 of us, 96 of the voices in my head were voting, screaming for you to re-elect him. Good job. Also, Halo, keep it up. We're watching you. Terrorists, I'm sorry. We tried to pass the arms treaty to help you guys out, make it easier, but it's not working out. Environmentalists, we're working really hard. We really are, to help you guys achieve all your goals. But unfortunately, every time we get close, they step in and start whining and bitching, and then we get shot in the ass by the CIA. Sorry, it happens. NGOs. There we go. IMF for World Bank. You know, we had so much hope for you when we first created you. It was great, you know, and then you turned out to be like the black sheep of the family, and where did we go wrong? We sent you to the university that the big guys completely polluted and tainted it. I'm sorry, I don't know where we went wrong, really. World Trade Organization. Yeah, we don't like you undermining us every time we try and do something good for the world. It's fair play to let us, all the voices, run our own governments, right? That's fair, even if you guys start losing them. I mean, what's a couple of quarters here? No? Okay. World Labor Movement. Love it. We support you guys, but can you calm it down? Because, you know, every time you start getting a little rowdy, these guys come out of nowhere and we take the bullet. All right, a little under wraps. Thank you. Arms deal. No. Yes. No. No. Every time these kids get guns, somebody loses an eye. Okay, we already got enough of those from this guy. Okay, we don't need any more. Federal Government Congress. All right, we got a present for you. It's called, for the American government, we've got America's Shame. How many treaties? Well, too many for this stack, but what we have here is the Women's Equality International Treaty that you refuse to sign. How many women do you have in your country? Too many to count. Trust me. And then we have the Child Equality Treaty that you refuse to sign as well. Why? What did the little kids ever do to you? Oh,
We understand. No, we don't, but still, sign it. Sign it. Come on, it's been like 50 years. University, we had such high hopes for you guys, really. But your international exchange program, if you keep sending us all the student kids, we're going to shut it down. I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. We're dead. Talking to you. Third world government elite. We're trying. We're trying, sir. We're trying, but every time, we send somebody in good, and then happens. But keep up the good work. Keep trying. We're gonna try and support you guys. Third world military. Those guys, no, we don't like going to those. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. Remember, we only get weekends together. You know that they don't like us talking. I mean, I enjoyed the cookie basket though, and I'm sorry I can't do more for you, but the big boys over there, they're really willing. I'm sorry. But remember, Saturday we'll go to the fair. You know, if you survive the pollution. Yeah, church. Well, what can I say about you? Okay, yeah, just in case, you know, we don't want any more wars, okay? We got enough of those already. But we appreciate the good that you do here. Thanks. Yeah. There we go.
Aloha, so nice to be here in Hawaii. I'm here representing the World Trade Organization. I'm an organization made up of 157 countries or unions that come together to basically deregulate the world, to deregulate. I'm run by the multinational corporations. I pass laws in their favor. Thank you. The media represents me in a way that the American people believe that I'm for them, I'm for capitalism, which I am, but what they don't understand is that all the money that's coming to the top is really coming from them. It's coming from environmental harm, from deregulation. Environmentalists really don't like me. I do the best that I can to basically cause harm. I work with the IMF and the World Bank. Some call us the terrible triplets. There are members of the United Nations that are on the World Trade Organization. They play good, but really they work with us to make sure that all the money comes to the very top. Arms dealers really love us because we really deregulate the laws regarding arms. So they can sell to maybe small children, to the third world military. The federal government and Congress are a part of us. We are made up of all the governmental leaders of the nations. They sign contracts and to become a part of the World Trade Organization to expand their economies. But what really ends up happening is that if they do something we don't like, we can sue them. They become under our wing, under the multinational corporations' wing. The third world government and elite are under our wing also. They make up, I think, a third of the World Trade Organization. We rope them into being a part of us in order to expand their economies. And what we really do is take away their natural resources from the third world peasants and workers. We deregulate child labor laws so that little girls like this can work for below poverty line wages in third world countries. We're just doing our best to make profit. How can anybody blame us for that?
The World Trade Organization was formed after GATT. GATT is a General Agreement of Tariffs and Trade. It was formed in 1947 after World War II to regulate trade. So what we do is whoever is become a member of us, they gotta agree to our rules. So every local rules and local government rules, doesn't matter to us. We exceed them. What we do if any to say multinational companies has a patent act, say like a poor country. They cannot go and try and make what they have because what they call it, what is that called, sir? They cannot do what we have right. Or else a company can sue a country. In actuality, we have our own rules, and we are actually a country without one country. So, if anybody, don't agree with what we do, we can put rules against them. We govern all the rules. We make up the rules as we go. We have a panel, it's called defining. It's a panel to define trade. Define trade, what that means? We tell the meaning of what trade is, right? Thank you, sir. So, whatever happens, we make all the rules. In our panels, all our panels, we have CEOs and presidents of all companies around the world. We have ex-presidents of third world companies. We have people from the United Nations on our panels. We actually control almost everything and everyone. Anything to do with trade, anything to do. What we actually did was actually form, one criminal organization that is legal. What the criminals do today, what they're trying to do, created a lucrative business for them too, because of smuggling. So the companies or the countries who cannot afford to buy anything from us, they smuggle it in. So what they did was create a whole criminal enterprise. And I'd like to thank all you guys for creating us. Thank you.
We are the global labor movement. We are in ties with the American people, the third world, environmentalists, and the United Nations. We push third world peasants to unite. And we prevent the third world labor from reaching America.
Global labor movement has also, we're a positive thing in the nation. Very positive. We help with better living conditions. We help with workers' comp, weekends that you guys have, unions. And we all organize with, we are kind of like sleeping giants. We have so many people. We work together to try to make a big push for the best. And if we shout out too much, we get taken out by the CIA. So we try to keep things under control and try to be positive on
you guys have no
on everything. Oh, okay. Sorry. Is that good? Microphone check. Microphone check. You good? Okay. One more time. Microphone check. Yeah. So yeah, the labor movement is a positive thing. Positive, like what I said, we help get better living conditions for people, and we also, we're a collective organization of working people to campaign for better treatment for employees. Better treatment for employees. And yeah, that's it.
Okay, so I am the arms dealer, and according to the Clinton administration, according to the Clinton administration and the U.S. Majority of the U.S. Congress, they did not pass the code of conducts. So, code of conducts for arms.
What was it?
What was the code of conduct? It was the selling of U.S. weapons to undemocratic nations of dictatorship. The government also purchased products such as guns, ammunition, aircrafts, and military ships. And we sell it over to the third world military. military, we sold it to them, and they run their own countries with the guns.
Where do you buy them?
From you. No, from military. Thank you.
Good morning. How are you today? Hello, American people. USA, USA, right? Yeah. Hi, my name is Senator Kanivan, and it's a beautiful day. Basically, so I'm the guy that I represent anyways, all the people that basically put on a show on Capitol Hill. Sometimes it takes years to pass a bill. Sometimes it never gets passed. Yeah, well, I represent the American people. Yay! Well, actually, I don't. I represent this guy right here. Thank you. But, yeah, they think that I represent them, but most of the time I don't. I actually sold my soul to Monsanto, kind of. Well, that's actually how I got into office. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's see. The media. Well, I guess they're pretty nice to me, but then when I screw up, oh, hold on. My mistress was calling. When I screw up, of course, they give me a hard rap for that. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm the guy. Well, what is this? Women's equal rights. What do you think about this? Pass it? No? Yes?
We have no opinion.
We have no opinion. That means no. Children's, I don't even know what it is. Yes? No? Guess not. But hey, I'm living life, you know, I'm a millionaire, and I get a nice comfy seat up on Capitol Hill. But then, nice paychecks of these guys over here, Monsanto. Yeah.
There we have an opinion.
Oh, he has an opinion. Yeah. And so I'm the guy. I consider myself like a professional athlete. You know, I've got all this talent and all this other stuff going for me, right? All this money coming in, and put on a show for the American people. Of course, they're not really happy with this right now, but that's okay. They don't know why. And I've got this great thing from the corporations called think tanks. I don't even have to think for myself. Somebody else writes the plays. And so they come, they get a bunch of nerds together, and they write the laws. I think my job is pretty much, job security is pretty good. I'm pretty set. And, well, again, I'm Senator Kaniva, and Monsanto approves of this message. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I represent the universities, but more specifically, I represent the bad side of universities. I take huge amounts of money from this guy so that I can teach the American people exactly how they think they should be taught. Exactly.
I am the good side of the university, and what I do is I teach the American people the truth about the society, media, government, and all of that. Technically, I keep them aware of what's really going on with the corporation and just how evil they are.
Hey, American people over there. I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask me any question you want. Ask me. Shout real loud. Everybody hear that? She asked me when the next Bond movie is coming out. That's all you want to know? I don't know when Bond's coming out. You'll have to ask the media right next to you. You're really good at that.
And besides, Bond's MI6, not CIA. You should have asked me about the biological experiments I've been doing on your children. You should have asked me why I have the right to spy on you whenever I want. You should have asked me about how I start totalitarian regimes and topple democratic ones. But oh well. That's the American people, right? Probably still on your Black Friday rush. You all think your lives are so hard because you have to buy McDonald's for 2 meals a day. I'm killing people who haven't eaten for 2 weeks, and you're paying for it. And all I have to do is fund a spy movie or a war game every once in a while, and you all jump on the bandwagon. So thank you, Americans, for being so willfully ignorant.
Over the years, we, the CIA, have used the people's tax dollars to pay for our secret endeavors and our assassinations. We have carried out numerous immoral and illegal actions all over the world. Since we are the higher authority, we don't need approval for anything that we do.
Well, me, government and elite? Nah. For me, talk to those guys over there. Like the multinational corporations. Talk to those guys. If I don't play ball or listen to them, these guys right here, I'm gone. So these guys are multinational corporations. They rule over me. They bribe me. That's about it. I would suppress to terrorists who are trained by the U.S., especially these guys. They train military. They train the military. And yeah, so if I don't listen to these guys, I'm gone.
We are the Third World Country Workers. We built you the Consumers Foundation. With my bare hands, my 11-year-old daughter, sister, and I have made 95% of what you guys wear or use, such as cell phones, shoes, for about 10 cents, your money a week.
You, the sheeple of the United States, please rape our countries for all its beauty and culture. Invade our homes so that you may sleep tonight on that comfortable bed made out of the trees that surrounded me. Please tell us how to live our lives so that we could be as great a country as you. Pollute our waters and land so that our beloved children may die slow and unconceivable deaths. Bring your disease and then save us from them by the synthetic medicines that you make. Ravage our villages so that you may provide for your own people. Brutally abduct and infest our beliefs with your beliefs. Violate our trust in you and then misuse your power over us so that we may die at the hands of your illusion. That greed and wealth is more important than your fellow humans. U.S., please save us. Thank you. Hello, I am the church, and sometimes I manipulate these guys, the third world peasants and workers, and these guys, the American people, all for the benefit of these guys. In the Lord's name.
If you breaking bread like that,
I'm the good side of the church. To you, my fellow Americans, it's time for us to wake up and turn back to God. We need to turn to the Lord and repent of our sins that we have committed against Him.
Oh, we should have done
We need to ask for forgiveness of tolerating idolatry that removes His sovereignty over His own church. To see that the church is in grave danger, we must have a clear understanding of what a corporation is. After all, it is Christ
Christ, not the corporations, who is the head of our church, and we are all members of his body.
Wow, I have to say, this is probably the best group I have ever seen.
Give me it. Give it.
You guys really, really smoked it. Wow. I was really, really impressed. We're going to go around one last time. You don't have to give a long talk, just maybe something that you learned about the interconnections and what's going on in the world, something from your heart. And we'll start again with the transnational corporations.
Great job, everybody. And, it just reminds me that I own you all. There's really nothing that's been said today that has changed the actual fact that multinational corporations own the vast majority of what happens in our world. And we can collect money, we can do good works, and we should. And there are some people, transnationals, that do good works. But generally, profit is the bottom line, and that's how America's been going. That's how the world now is going. International commerce is the norm. And so we have to there's only one way we can change that. Because we do have the government, and we do have the media, and we have our own media. We can use the internet, blog, and do things like that. So we can change the fact that I own the world.
We lie to the American people, so this guy can control them. So media, we're pretty much his bitches.
Dang.
Yeah, media, we not only misinform, but we also distract the American people over here with stuff like sales at Sears. Target 2 has gotten a sale, you better go get on that. Video games, oh, you name it. Yeah, American people, we got you so dumbed down, it's ridiculous. Oh, NGOs, if you get in the way of our bosses, though, we don't make you look too good. United Nations, well, yeah, we don't make you look too good either. World Trade Organization, yeah, we're saying you guys are good. Federal government and Congress. Yeah, you represent the American people and the multinational corporations. Now they gotta call you a bisexual because you play for both teams. CIA and Pentagon. Please tell me, what exactly is the School of Americas for?
You'll have to ask the church. That's none of my business.
Well, snap, y'all hear that? Oh, third world government and elite. We can make you either look really good or really bad. That all depends on how you play with our bosses. Third world peasants and workers. We make you look so pathetic and make the American people feel so sorry for you and trying to help you. Yeah, we say, give them the corporation industrialization, it'll help them, but boy, do we not know it's making their lives a whole lot worse. Oh, and the church. You guys is good and sometimes you're bad. I guess it depends on how you play with our bosses too, whether we make you look good or bad. So yeah, media. We're not all bad, we're not all good. There are some good people in the media, like Rachel Maddow and Tom Hartman. They are the few that are trying to really get the truth out. And if you really want the truth, don't watch Fox News. Thank you.
Good job, everybody. So throughout this course, if there's anything I learned, is there's much to learn. We don't know what's going on, and I got to be the American people, and I was pretty stoked to be that because, that's what I am. We are all the American people, and we really need to start paying attention. I think if there's anything we can take from this is you need to be aware. If you don't know what's going on, how are you supposed to change it? You can't make it better if you don't know what's going on. And I think that's what this game does. It helps build awareness, and that's the best part of this game. And hopefully, we can take what we learned and make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you guys. It's been a great class, and I'd like to say that don't just take our words for this. You guys need to do your own research, listen to music, because they really do say the message that you need to hear. It's important. It really is. And we all know that American people aren't just beer-drinking, video game playing, sail-going dumbasses. Because there are the few people who actually understand this, and we all need to be more like them.
One person's freedom fighter may be another's terrorist. It's merely a label depending on whether or not you agree with the cause.
Well, as for environmentalists, we cannot buy people or pay them to change their way of life, but we can start off by going green, and when you go shopping, take a reusable bag with you. Yeah, we'll be nice to you this time. So yes, I'll take my passage. And that's my message as an environmentalist.
So I was environmentalist. Now I'm prisoner because I said in a short time ago I said they are so bad guys. So I was arrested. So some environmentalists was arrested because our action is so extremely so. Before protecting the earth, please help me. I'm so sorry.
Well, good morning. What I learned from this class is there's, a lot of corruption. Didn't know, like brother man over here was saying, we gotta educate ourselves to know what's going on in this world. You wanna make a change, you really gotta do something about it. And taking this class, it opened my eyes on everything that's going on around us. And that's it.
I learned that non-government organizations try to help our organization, our community and whatnot. So the IMF and the World Bank were originally created to do a good thing, to help rebuild a war-torn country. But what I've learned about them is that they've evolved into an entity that exists solely to make a profit. The IMF does not care whether a country is successful and the citizens are healthy and they have access to education and medical. They exist solely to create a profit, which is the same reason the multinational corporations exist. The IMF and the multinational corporations and the WTO treat people and the environment like commodities to be bought and sold. They don't care about the well-being of all of us. So that's one of the main things that I've learned. And like Jeremy and Ani both said, I think that we all need to open our eyes and educate ourselves to what's really going on and find ways that we can make changes in our lives that will support a better future for all of us.
I learned a few things about the United Nations. First of all, the split personality was actually based on a lot of my research because they really are two-faced a lot of the time. They have some of the best intentions in the world, but some of their biggest players, especially the United States, refuse to do good solely based on the fact that they can't make a profit off of it. And a lot of times, even the non-American representatives for this organization are trained and even assassinated by the CIA when things don't go their way. And a lot of the research shows that many of the countries join the United Nations out of being bullied by some of the bigger countries, and most of the countries in the organization call the United Nations the dog without teeth, because while they're all bark, they have no bite.
One of the major things that I learned just in this sociology class and also from learning about the World Trade Organization are some of the detrimental effects of capitalism just in itself and the promotion of competition in every aspect of life, how that really alienates a lot of people, everybody, when we're all competing against each other, and the detrimental effects it can cause in the environment and the lives that are lost in the name of profit. And learning a few ways to try to fight against that. And number one being education.
What I learned taking this course, and it actually opened my eyes to see kind of fucked everything is, in this government and this world and the people but it actually opened my eyes, because before I used to just sit down and say, it's none of my business. But it is, because it's my future's business, my kids, and my kids after that. And only us can make the change. And might not happen now, might not happen, later, but it will happen if we just keep on going and fighting it. So, thank you, miss.
What I learned from this is that we do need to wake up. We need to join together. And definitely and get back everything that was taken away from us. Thank you.
Okay, for me, what I learned in this class first is, like what everybody else had said, it opens your eyes to different avenues. We're kind of blinded by some things that the media has proposed to us. And we're suckers for it, Us as Americans, we try to consume so much things, and we don't really realize it. And at the same time, we're hurting a lot of our people, the American people. And if you haven't taken this class, I suggest you do take it, because it'll definitely open your eyes, and you'll be involved with a lot of things you never thought was relevant to you. You tend to go blind, and you just fall victim, and you think it's okay. But when you finally take this class, you kind of open your eyes and realize, like, damn. This stuff is really happening. What do I do? How do I do it? This class will help you kind of overcome that. And as far as a global labor movement, like what I said earlier, it's a positive thing. They work for us and to help us achieve child labor laws, pension benefits, health benefits, our weekends, unemployment, and your medical and all of that stuff. So labor movement is a positive thing in our world, and I don't think we can ever get taken out completely. We need to be in the world. So that's what I have to say.
Okay, I second him on that. No, but it is true, just being the arms dealer and learning about how much Eisenhower was behind the military complex. And it's really ashamed of how much U.S. arms are being shipped over to third world countries and being used to be assassinating other innocent people. And like I said, to me it's just wrong, It should just be buried and just left like that and leave other third world countries alone. And yeah, thank you.
So, how's it? Okay, so not everyone in the federal government, not everyone is evil, not everyone has, is paid off or whatever, but the next time you look at a campaign ad, look at the fine print at the end of the ad. Look at who's paying for it and who's funding these candidates, your candidates, our candidates. You can, with that understood, with 50%, like half the ads that we see are funded by transnational corporations. And it's just like, understanding that, you have to ask yourself, is that democracy? Where we have a transnational company, someone that's, you know, overseas, who's got their fingers and their hands and their influence and their money in our elections. Like, is that democracy? Is that by us, you know, the people? And I think we really have to look at that and you know, clean elections. The fair elections, as they like to call it in the county, where you know, federal funded, and there's a cap on the funding that each candidate's given, and you know, they can't they can't take donations from other companies or multinational companies, and they can't be influenced by others. They have to go with what they have. And so I think we need to ask again: is this democracy that we're living under, or or are we being controlled by just a room full of really rich, really smart men? And so, yeah, thank you.
Okay, so I pretty much second on what everyone said, but yeah, this class is very awakening, to be honest. When I first came to this class, I honestly didn't know what I was in for until I told myself to stay longer, and I'm glad I did, because now my eyes are wide open. I'm aware of pretty much everything of what goes on. And I think one of the most important things I learned was that our decisions and our actions, it could mean a lot. It could change something, like take voting, for example. I think voting kind of depends on who will be in charge of our future, then our children's future. And yeah, that's about it. But also, I wanted to thank Professor Noelle for actually being here to teach us what we need to be aware of. So I recommend that you take her class. It's a very eye-opener.
One thing that I learned in this class is how blind people are to how and what the government really spends money on. Like the media, they show people that it's all going to welfare and not really what it's really going to. We learned in her class that 60% of government spending goes all to military, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. That's one of the things that really shocked me in class.
So the federal government and the media and the transnational corporations, they've all sold the American people this false sense of insecurity, that something horrible is going to happen if the CIA and Pentagon aren't doing what we're doing. And I mean, that's just false, right? It's not necessary for us to do the things, or the CIA, Pentagon, to do the things that they do. It's horrible, and it's, destroying people's freedom. So the important thing is for people to not just see something and believe it instantly, because there's so many lies and false truths and half-truths going around that it's really hard to see through it all. So.
Like everybody else said, Noelle's class is a really big eye-opener. Because I honestly had no idea what was going on in the country and other countries before I took her class, and how we keep third world government and elite for creating democracy in other countries. It's really wrong, and how we go and kill them just because we don't want, to have that democracy in other countries. It's just really wrong and upsetting.
Let's say, I agree with everybody. This really did open my eyes at what Noelle said. Bird's eye view from the world, how the world it actually is. But in reality, for us to make a change is up to the big dogs over there. Like, if they really want to change, they have the power of everybody to do it. So it's really up to them. If they want to change, then the change will happen. Other than that, the world will just be how it is now.
My mommy learned in this class and taught my brother and I, be the change you want to see in the world.
So I think that we can all make a difference, actually. And, you know, during the holiday season, I know it's all consumerism and stuff, but maybe you guys should think about the places that your iPhones and stuff came from. And even if you do buy them because you're making the little changes at home, like how we do for the last 3 years, and I know my kids get tired of it, but we recycle, we give recycled gifts. So we go garage sailing, and it's from the heart. It's not how much money that you have, and plus then you're just raising your kids up like that anyways, right? Because then they want that new iPhone, or they want those Jordans and all of those things that my husband still loves to buy, and I'm still trying to teach him at home. But like she said, I'm teaching my daughter, I'm teaching my son. And as long as we educate ourselves and keep ourselves aware that there is GMOs and stuff in our food, and you know that just because they label it doesn't mean that it's true. We want to believe that the world gives us truth in all of the things that we, you know, that we consume. But in actuality, you know, just like every one of us, there's 3 truths: your truth, my truth, and the real truth, right? So we just got to keep at least educating ourselves, bringing knowledge forward, and even if we do buy that iPhone or whatever, at least give blessings to the person that, you know, that made it, that put their sweat, their heart into it, so they could make that 10 cents and feed their family, like little girls, like my daughter, you know, and just keeping aware of all of that and just bringing it up into the consciousness so then we can start moving forward. And I think that we can make a difference, each one of us, because we don't have to shop at Walmart. I don't.
I agree with everybody else that this world is messed up and we should all take action and make a change.
Next. Oh, see, that was nice. I like that. Nice and short. You know what I'm saying?
This class has been an eye-opener in so many ways, but speaking within my part, I've learned that the church isn't always good all the time. It actually has a bad side to it.
Hey?
So this class has really motivated me to look beyond the surface and look into the motives of what, you know, the motives of certain people in power have. You know, are they really doing what they're doing for my benefit, or is it for theirs? And there's just so much that I have learned in this class, and it'd be really difficult to try to convey it all in a few seconds or minutes or whatever. So just the big thing is just how interconnected everything is, and it's cutting out. And how the majority of like evil that you see, the majority of it goes back to the transnational corporations, and it goes back to greed. And you know, it just really brought a great sense of awareness to me, and I'm really thankful for it.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Now, one last thing, and that is, does anybody have a way in their mind of saving the world? Anybody want to try? Vote. One thing that strikes me over all the years of doing this is that the multinational, transnational corporations were created by laws. The laws are created by our government. If we have the right people in government, then we can have a change in the laws. There's a hope right now that Obama will have the next Supreme Court person to make a difference. And if they just do one thing, and that is basically take the constitutional right away from the corporations, you know, the idea that they're people and that money is voice is totally a manipulation of our basic democratic ideals. And if we can finally get a court to overturn that, I think we can get our democracy back and have a more sane world. So, yes, we have power, but we only have power to the extent that we pay attention and use it. I want to encourage people to watch Rachel Maddow. watch Jon Stewart, watch Stephen Colbert. Go on, if you can possibly get it, Free Speech TV, and watch Thom Hartmann. And tonight, there's a video on at 7 o'clock. What's the name of it again?
Inside North Korea. It shows the real insides of a dictatorship, kind of place that we don't get to see a lot. So everybody should come. It's really interesting.
Yeah, the horrors of real dictatorship are revealed. And I want to ask you folks, any of you who may be interested, we're going to do a demonstration and a rally next Thursday on December 6th. We're going to meet here on the Library Lanai at noon. And at 12:15, if the weather is good, we're going to march to the State Building and demand clean elections. So, and we are going to have some people have cars there to drive us back, so that we'll be back here by 1:30. So from noon to 1:30 next Thursday for democracy for our island. You know, the Clean Elections program that has been working for the county council is up and may be destroyed this next year unless this next legislature funds it. And unless the people show that we're awake and paying attention, I think they will not refund it. So this is a matter of our survival of democracy right here in our backyard. So next Thursday, right here on the Library Lanai at noon, December 6th, and we march. If it's a rainy day, we will drive to the State Building, and there we'll do a pule and make a statement about clean elections, that we want to have clean elections on our island. Get corporate money out of our government.
Don't let me buy democracy.
Right, right. Okay, gosh, you guys were really the best. This was the most amazing class I've ever taught. Thank you so much. And don't leave without taking your final exam, and I hope you all sign the sign-in sheet. Okay, aloha, and thank you all for watching.